Hey folks, welcome to Market Intraday Analysis by InTheMoneyStocks.com, your leaders in pure technical analysis, avoiding all that Wall Street hype. Today, Tuesday, February 3rd, 2009. Well, today's an interesting day only because we are seeing a little bit of maneuvering around some key trend lines, and I drew those key trend lines in already for you guys so you can kind of see which ones are the important ones. And you're seeing it exactly as I see it, or as I'm following it on my screen throughout the trading day. So that's the important thing there, folks. But the real ones you want to pay attention to are not only this lower trend line here, which would give you a bottom support should we sell off today, but also this one right here was really the big one intraday. Now, we opened the market right around here, and you can see really we gapped up slightly on the market right over here, and you just started to sell pretty much right away. And we came all the way down within the first couple candles of the day to pierce this trend line. Now this trend line matches up with the closing low on the candle, or actually the low from the candle going back to the 30th of January, last Friday. Okay, and that actually worked beautifully for the support and resistance level yesterday. As you can see, was resistance right up here, and then again over here came into play on this bearish flag pattern before the breakdown into the low here as well. So that trend line you want to continue to use, and it played a key role today early in the day as we were hammering on the downside there. You can see that multiple getting pierced. In addition, it also coincided with the 20 moving average and the 50, and you can kind of see those in yellow and white, the trend lines right there, which are right here. So you had a triple area of support there. Very, very solid support in this market, and the market responded accordingly with a nice move up off that level after it could not break through to the downside. So there you can see, folks, a nice little move up in the markets off that level, and you basically went right up as high as this trend line, which again matches the high from yesterday and the double top from yesterday. So you can see this point right here, very, very important in this market. And just draw that line right through, and you're going to get your resistance right up here. Now, you did pierce the high of the day, but it wasn't strong enough to get through and really make a move. You never confirmed the closing high here. You can see right there, you never got a confirmation candle through that high of the day, and that's really what you want to pay attention to. Also, on the 60-minute, that point right here coincides with the 60-minute 20 moving average. So it's another issue right there, which is telling you why it wasn't going to break up there. Okay, and what you really saw off that double top, in which case is now a triple top here, you came all the way back down, and you came right to the secondary support line next. And just by taking the high here and extending it straight across, you're going to get that support line, and you can see you came down, bounced off that support line, a little bit of a retrace towards that triple top again, and then a little bit of a sell candle coming into play here back to that support line, which now, look at the 50 moving average is now creeping up. So this support line right here should also work as 50 moving average support on the intraday moving market on this 10-minute chart of the SPY. Okay, so watch this support right here. If this breaks, then you're going to retest this level right here. If that breaks, ultimately you could see this low down here. This would be an area I'd be watching very closely if this lower trend line gets taken out to the downside. Again, it failed to take it out earlier, but now it's kind of had a little more time to gather strength. So we'll continue to watch for that. Also on the upside, folks, the big thing is now you have the moving average, the 20, above here in yellow. That's going to be a minor resistance, just minor. And after that, if we get up here, then you have that triple top area of resistance again. It's been hit a few times, though, so if it got there, I would almost think that you might have a shot at a breakout to the upside. But again, you want to get through there, obviously, before you start to look for that breakout. Okay, now let's flip to the 60-minute, guys, and I want to show you that 20 moving average I was talking about. And we're going to flip over to that. There you go. And really what you can see, folks, is I have the lines drawn in from yesterday as well. And again, this was my main trend line here that was so important. And you can see we broke out, retraced to that trend line, made a big breakout to the 200 moving average, then fell all the way back down, but held this line yesterday. We continue to hold it today. And you want to, there's a couple new trend lines developing here I'll go over in the premium video tonight for our subscribers. But in any case, that's for their eyes only. But the key here is this 20 moving average. You can see the sloping 20 moving average. That's exactly what we came up to and hit on that triple top on the intraday 10-minute, and that's why you got that sell-off. Still working as a cap, as you can see. The 20 moving average sloping down here is working as a beautiful cap, keeping this market from really breaking out to the upside. Now, The question is, guys, is where are we going in the next few days? That's really going to be the crux of the whole situation. Are we going to start to break out of this range, this lower range now we've developed off of this line, and make a move up back towards this 200 moving average, or are we going to possibly break below this? You break below this, we're in some trouble to the downside, with a possible move all the way down, I would say, right into this area, which would be very, very good support to the downside. So there's a lot of things here that we're really hanging on a precipice of kind of which way we're going to head, and ultimately which way this market's going to break. And it could be a decent break either way. The question is, again, going to be, here's your 20 moving average on the 60 minute, which is resistance. You get above that, you should have a pretty straight shot right to this point up here, which is the 50 moving average. Again, this level down here gets tested. It may break, and if it breaks, then you could easily go down to this lower trend line support range. Okay, now couple other odds and ends I want to discuss, guys, because there are some interesting patterns on various stocks. One thing today is Goldman Sachs. Goldman very, very weak today, and that is causing some concern in this market overall for us, because Goldman really, if this market is going to really start to shape up or get a bid, Goldman has to participate. There's just no other way. So Exxon Mobil right now is helping the markets. Exxon Mobil, let me show you Exxon Mobil's intraday chart. It's a very, very positive chart considering the market's a little on the weak side. And just to reiterate, guys, we do have the markets really just hovering right around the flat line today. The NASDAQ slightly weaker, but the NASDAQ was stronger yesterday, so that makes sense. But right now the Dow up about 23 points, the NASDAQ down about 2 points, and the S&P up about a point. So here's your Exxon Mobil chart. You can see it's holding us some slight gains up about 80 cents, and it's really being capped by this 200 moving average on the intraday 10-minute, and it's also holding above this 20. If this 20 breaks, you're going to have a nice little move down. You probably have some minor support right here on that Exxon Mobil, but at the same time, this level right here, which moves as with the 20 moving average, is a major breakout line. If you get above that, you could have a very nice move to the upside. All right. Apple Computer, we'll touch on Apple quickly. Apple Computer. What you can see is Apple actually had a nice little sell-off at the open with the market, but regained a lot of strength and went positive on this move. And what's so impressive here is the 200 moving average intraday got taken out. You can see we gapped up right into it after closing right on it yesterday, and we fell right back down, right to this necktie area of support. We actually pierced it a little bit on that sell-off, but regained it very quickly. And then the next move up actually took that level out. The unfortunate thing with this chart is now you've recaptured or fell back below the 200 and the 20 moving average, which is the negative here on the Apple chart. You're at right here at minor support. There is minor support here. Secondary support would be right here on the 200, the 50 moving average intraday on this chart. So we'll keep an eye on these charts, but I really just showed you the three that we believe are the leaders in this market, and right now only really two of the three are positive. Apple's still up about 20 cents here, but Exxon Mobil also helping things, as well as Goldman Sachs very, very weak, and Goldman's keeping the financials from really running forward. And again, as I've mentioned in the videos for a long time, you're going to need the financials and the commodities like oil to really take off for this market to get a big bid behind it. As long as one sector is weak, this market I don't think is going very far at all, and just keep that in mind. All right, lastly, I just want to encourage everyone, come join the Research Center, get our Pro Trader watch list. That watch list is my watch list and my partners, and a bunch of our top traders put their lists of watch lists together and put it out. You know, any changes every day get updated. Also, our premium videos go out there where we make our calls for our turn dates, pivot lows, key levels of support and resistance moves. Where's this market going next week? That's exactly what we discuss in the premium video, and give you guys the best outlook we can on what it looks like. And just to go over a couple things, the market over the last couple days has been kind of flattish, and if you had listened to the media last week, you would have thought late last week that this market was going to revisit the lows by now. But that's an indicator that we talked about in those videos, and it's just you have to understand your psychological indicators here, your psychology of the markets, and when everyone's saying that, chances are it may be coming, but it's just not yet, and that's the question mark. So again, we'll discuss all that in tonight's premium video. Take care, guys. Hope to have you aboard soon. Also, the video, the chat room, our intraday stock chat has video now, and a bunch of you guys are enjoying that, and it's great to have you all. Take care.